With hits like I Love Your Smile, Every Time I Close My Eyes, and a phenomenal marriage to Flex Alexander, our special guest for the evening, Shanice Wilson, is taking the world once again by storm with her appearance on TV1's Unsung. We'd like to welcome Miss Shanice Wilson to Franky Ro.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on the show.
Shanice, how did you feel when TV1 reached out to you to appear on Unsung?
I really wanted to do it because um, I did take a little break, in my career. It wasn't because I wanted to. I felt like, when I got pregnant, that's when the label let me go, and I had a lot of fans asking me questions about, what happened, so I'm so excited that I had this platform that TV wanted to tell my story because my fans had so many questions, and I try to answer as much as I can on Twitter and Instagram, but I'm so glad that people get to really hear my story.
Shanice, coming from an era where hard work is what got you on top, and today it seems like social media and the internet is what dictates you and what puts you out there and gets you on top. What do you think today's worth ethic is versus how it was back then?
It's different now. It's still, whether it be on social media or not, it's still hard work even today. And the thing that's different for me is that I look at record sales. Like back in the day, when a label would put the record out, the only way you could hear it is to buy the record. Mm-hmm. And now the downfall about the internet is that people are just not paying for the record; they're downloading it for free, and that's kind of a bummer. But the great thing about it is you don't have to wait for a major record exec to tell you if you're good or not. You can put yourself on iTunes, put yourself up on iTunes, and I love the fact that I can reach my fans a lot faster now. So I can get on Twitter, and I talk to my fans every day, and we tweet each other back and forth. And I didn't have back in the day. You might have a fan club, you get fan mail every now and then, but I didn't really know what everybody wanted, or if they liked the record or they didn't like the record, right. So I like to communicate with my fans much easier now.
You know, Shanice, I had a chance to watch a snippet of your Unsung appearance on TV1, and you talked about the lows of your career. If you could lend a piece of advice to an up-and-coming artist as to having a backup plan, what would you say to them?
I think it's great to have a plan B. I think because when you have your hopes up high about one thing and it doesn't go well, it's always have something else to fall back on, or and that's one thing I didn't do. I was so excited when I got pregnant. I was so excited about working on my next project, and I don't know if it was because of my pregnancy, I don't know why, but they let me go while I was pregnant, and I didn't have a plan B. And I went into a really deep depression because I didn't want to stop singing. I wanted to continue to sing, but it was really hard because I wasn't on a major label anymore, and I was so used to being on a major label. So in 2006, I decided, you know what, I'm going to keep singing and start my own company. Right. So I partnered up with another independent label, Playtime, and we put out a project together. And on the Urban HD chart, it went up to number 20. So it was totally independent. So I'm really proud of that I was able to do that on my own.
You know, Shanice, I know over the years you've learned a lot being in the music industry, and there are many people watching tonight who too are in the music industry, and they're coming up maybe on YouTube, or maybe they are trying to put themselves out there on their own without a label. What advice would you give to them, to someone who may be trying to be that next big artist, or who may be trying to just put themselves out there and make a difference in the music industry?
One important advice I would give to them is, for some people, you may do American Idol and become a star overnight, but that's not everybody's story. So sometimes it may take a while, and if it does, don't let that discourage you. You have to keep going. because, I mean, I really could have given up a long time ago. And, you know, I've had my ups and downs, and I just keep pushing through. And I want to encourage people to follow their dreams and to, you know, keep trying and never give up. Never, ever give up.
So, Shanice, going back to Unsung, I know there's a lot of things you talked about. You also mentioned your reality program that you had on the OWN network with your husband Flex Alexander and your family. But is there something that you may have put out there that kind of makes you think now, gosh, maybe I shouldn't have said that, you know, in fear of backlash from the audience?
Well, you know what? The hardest thing that I dealt with is losing everything. You know, and that's it's always hard sharing that story because, you know, at first when my husband and I had our own reality show on Oprah's network for like 3 seasons, and we talked about it on there. But it was really, it's like kind of embarrassing to say, you know, but that's part of my journey and part of my story. So, and telling my story on my reality show, I had so many positive messages from people saying, you know, the show actually helps them because they're going through hard times and they can relate. And you know, I had a woman tell me at church that she was going to commit suicide because her and her husband lost their jobs and lost everything. And she said that by us telling our story and seeing how we worked through the hard times, she said it saved her life. So now I'm glad that I told my story. But that part is always hard. It's always hard listening to that part of my story.
So we know you will be appearing on TV One's Unsung this Sunday, August 6th. But other than that, what does Miss Shanice Wilson have going on for the remainder of 2017 going into 2018?
Well, I'm lining up some tour dates, so I'll keep you posted on that once everything is official. But I have some. I might be on a mini tour, and I'm still recording music. I have 2 songs on iTunes, a song that I did with B-Slade called Gotta Blame Me, and then I have a song called Breakdown that I co-wrote, and it's on iTunes. So you can actually purchase music now on iTunes.
Shanice, I know you mentioned earlier in the interview that you are very active with your followers and your fans, but for those who may want to connect with you more, where can they find you on social media?
You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. And my Instagram and Twitter is Shanice Online, and on Snapchat is Shanice Online, and on Facebook I have a page that's under Shanice Wilson, and one is I think is Shanice Online as well.
Miss Shanice Wilson, it's been a pleasure talking with you today. We hope to see you doing more great things in the future.
Thank you. I enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much.